Hey everybody, it's Glidercat. We are back in Dyson Sphere program because it's time to play. And let's see, I did a little bit of cleanup here of some of the land. I just cleared out some trees and some stone and things. And then we just completed a research here. It says, able to view the vein reserves in the whole planetary system. You can now view the vein reserves of the entire planetary system. Okay, it's a little redundant. It is easier to plan different production lines. Okay. So that is just showing us that if we go to this star map, now let's see if we can see more than we could before. I'm going to scroll out. And let's see if it tells us what the resources are on these things. Okay, yeah, check it out. We've got a whole bunch more information about the resources on each of these planets. So like we can see there's 20 million iron ore. Look at that. Okay, looks good. So like they said, that's going to help us plan out our interplanetary factory here and deciding where we need to go to next. We still haven't, I don't think, researched the ability to fly off to another planet, so we'll have to do that. Ooh, we just completed another research. All right, we've got much more mecha fuel power for our mecha. Mecha now has more fuel generation. As long as there's fuel in the fuel chamber, it can recover its core energy faster. All right, so that's going to be just a faster research speed, recharge speed on the mecha. We are currently researching the last item on our list, which is the applied superconductor. But what I want to do, I'm actually going to get rid of our electromagnetic cubes that are needed for this research. I'm just going to store those temporarily there, and hopefully that stops the research. Let's see. I'm not sure. Let's see. Did I get them all, or did I leave something in here? I don't see any more electromagnetic cubes. Electromagnetic matrices, I should say. So maybe it already consumed them, and it's just applying the research. The reason I took them out of the inventory is I want to see if the matrix lab. So if this building here, if we try one in research mode, if it goes faster, if this moves faster. So since it looks like having the cubes in my inventory doesn't make any difference here, it looks like they were already consumed. I'm going to take those with us. But let's head over to where these are produced. Or better yet, since we're just about out of the tech tree items queued up that require the electromagnetic matrices, let's go ahead and set up a research lab next to where we're producing the energy matrices. And let's see about seeing if we can automate the research there. So let's see if we can we need to build another research lab. And of course, we're going to need that. And I think the only thing we're missing there is the iron ore again. So let's go grab a stack of iron ore from the miner. And research some more, or build some more research labs. So I'm just going to swipe that iron ore, and that should let me craft some. It'll take a minute to get these crafted. Looks like it'll do at least 2. Ooh, I can get 4. Hopefully I'm not consuming a bunch of stuff I need. So that'll take a little while to produce. You know, we're going to need more belts. Let's see how we're looking. Components. Nope, those are buildings, I suppose. Belts. They take iron plates or iron ingots. Let's go ahead and build some more of these as well. We know we're going to need them. I'm going to queue them up. I'll grab some more iron ore while we're sitting here. That should allow me to build even more belts, I hope. Just want to make sure we have a good stack of those. Let's check the inventory, and let's see. Looks like we've got 75. Let's go grab another stack here of iron. Just queue up more belts. We know we're going to need them. Okay, very good. So we've got 8 magnets to produce magnetic coils. Oh, they produce fast. All right, there we go. Got our research lab. Let's head back down. Definitely like our mecha to move faster, so we'll have to look in the research tree to see how we can get that going. I know we can fly, and that's a little faster, but man, it really burns through the fuel. So let's go ahead and pop down a research lab. This time just one. I'm going to put it here. And we'll have to bring power over. But the idea I have is to take the energy matrices out of this research lab and feed them into this one and put this guy into research mode and see if that is how this all works. So let's grab some of our belts. And it's always hard for me to line these up. Okay, let's do that and see if that's going to work. Let's get power over here. Form of another tower. We'll just pop that guy here. That should cover everything we need. Boom. And then let's get our sorters doing their thing. Okay, I want you to take matrices out. Now, I don't know if that will alternate. And the production is slowed down by our hydrogen production not being where it needs to be. Okay. So let's just see. We're going to have to solve that probably next. Okay, one went this way. Let's hope the next one comes out this way. So we're waiting for these little hydrogens to make their way into the research lab. All right, did this guy get it? I may have missed it. Oh, let's set him up to research. Maybe he's not going to take anything. Okay, lack of matrices. Close that, and I just want to keep an eye on here and see if we're getting energy matrices that find their way in here. That one's kicking out that way. We may have to take this sorter off. Lack of matrices. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're going to have to take this one off. Let's go ahead and delete it. So there's probably a way to... that actually worked as well, but I wanted to take off this guy. That's what I want. All right, so now, there they go. Now they're coming into here. We're getting an inventory of energy matrices. It's pretty slow. Let's take the ones we've got from our inventory and just smack them in there. And let's do the same for these guys. And so now, is this thing moving faster? I see there's two numbers here. I'm not sure what those are meant to represent. But it's definitely, the research lab is definitely consuming these cubes. Let's see how many we can stack in there. It looks like about 100 is the max. And then let's go ahead and grab these guys out that we had stored up. We can pop those in there as well. We don't have any research queued up that requires the energy matrices, but we're about to. As soon as this research completes, we can visit the tech tree and pick some additional items. And a lot of the new things that we're going to be researching take the energy matrices. So now we're actually backed up here. It'll be interesting to see if there's going to be some more like logic blocks that we can, you know, route these energy matrices into storage if the research lab that's going to consume them is full. I guess we could come into the storage first and then come out and feed the research lab, and that would create effectively a little buffer here. That's probably not a bad idea. Let's just see what we've got. So we've been doing some research in the background. Let's see if there's anything we've missed. We know we've seen just about all of these things. We haven't used the storage tank or the solar panels. Yeah, I don't see anything too surprising or anything new. I mean, there's stuff we haven't used yet, but all right. Not much we haven't built. So they are continuing to chew through these guys. All right. That looks good. Let's look at the tech tree. We're just about ready to finish this research. I'm a little curious why these two numbers are different. They were moving in lockstep. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what those two things mean. If you know in the comments, let me know. All right, let's jump at the tech tree. And let's take a look. Let's take a look at the mecha upgrades and see what makes sense to do here. We've only got a few we can choose from. We've got the mecha core. This needs 100 of each. And that's going to get us, that's going to increase our capacitor. So basically, it increases the size of our battery. Plus 240 megajoules. That is not bad. That's actually kind of nice. What else we got? Is this going to be the speed? Yes. That takes 60 electric motors. Why don't we set out to research these? We're going to need more of those. Or at least make 60 of them by hand and just get that upgrade. Inventory capacity. One more line of inventory. We could use that. We're coming up a little short on inventory. It's not super critical. Construction drones. So I think what we really need to do is a couple things. This guy looks good. Let's go make 60 electric motors. We can kind of do that by hand. We can probably do it right here by the iron ore mine and just queue these things up. Let's do that. And then I think what we need to do is, since we've got a bunch of items that are a bunch of things to research in the tech tree that require multiple energy cubes or energy matrices and electromagnetic matrices, and there's more matrices coming, we need to really set up a research lab array similar to what you would do in Factorio, where you feed in all the different science packs. So I think that's something we should set out to do. We're already producing 2 different types of matrices. We should probably have both of those routed into a research lab somewhere, or an array of research labs. We can use the one we've got, but it might make sense to set up a more central location and get a little more organized. Before we do that, let's look at the tech upgrades that are available to us. High efficiency logistics. Again, it's going to require 2 things. I'm looking for ones that just require the energy matrices, because we have that production hooked up to our research lab already. High-speed assemblers. Deuterium. I'm not seeing much. There's our current research. Applied semiconductors. All right. So here's a hydrogen fuel rod. Why don't we queue that up? That's going to take 400 of the energy cubes, energy matrices. Let's queue that up. Like I said, we've already got it set up. It says, with further development of cryotechnology, you can now liquefy hydrogen to make fuel rods with higher energy. These higher energy fuel rods can greatly increase the mecha's fuel power. Okay, so that's like a high density energy source for us. It's going to use the hydrogen, which we're kind of coming up short on. I'm going to queue that up anyway. And then again, we've got a lot of things that require the 2 different cubes. And I'm guessing this is just not implemented in the game yet. Crystal smelting. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. We got to do the 60. Was it 60 drill motors? Let's do that. Or electric engines. Let's do that. Do that by hand here. We could clean this up. Why don't we set this up for now so that it does actually store off the excess? So we'll do this to this. And we will
Rare veins scatter around different planets. They will greatly improve production efficiency. So if you find them, collect them and put them as a part of industrial production.
right. You can now produce graphene, a nano superconducting material. Graphene is made in a chemical facility and can be produced with much greater efficiency through the use of a rare material called fire ice. Cool. We'll have to look for that. So yeah, I'm just setting this up to be a buffer so we don't lose any of our limited production of energy matrices. Boom to boom. And boom to boom. That might do it. Yeah, and so some of these will get stored here. We can leave that belt here. It doesn't hurt anything. But we'll be able to stash a whole bunch of these. Right now, that research is going to be blocked until we get these electric motors going. I have no idea what this is down here, why this is just sitting at 129. I'm not sure what that's all about. But let's get going on these electric engines. I'm going to grab iron ore for that. We need 60 of these. So maybe I can do it in groups of 10. 10, 20. I guess I can grab some of this while we're waiting on the miner to fill up. Just 20 more. This will take a little bit of time to produce. But this should get us a little bit faster mecha walking speed. That will be very welcome because he's kind of slow unless you fly. And then if you fly, boy, he really uses the energy. All right, I think that's it. I think we've got 60 queued up. 10. Let's see. There's only 2 there. I can't seem to scroll to the right. Let's see if I click this. Does it expand? Or is that literally all that's being produced? Well, let me mine some more of this. Grab some more. Just 10 more here. I think we're good. All right. So as those are produced, that's going to clear the energy there. That's going to clear the research that we need for a faster speed. Now let's think about how do we want to connect up, or where do we want our main research lab array to be? What we could do as well, let's check out those foundations. That's something new. Okay, here's stone. Maybe in components. Do we have foundations here? We did complete that research. Is it a component? That's the stone we need for them. Glass. I don't see foundations. Is that it? No. Here it is, way here in the corner. It's going to take a while to construct these, but let's produce some of these as well and get them in our production queue. Let's go ahead and grab 20. Our inventory, we've used up the stone. I'm going to go ahead and stand here by the charge coil. And then let's take a look at our mecha. He's out of fuel. Let's give him some more low quality fuel here in the form of these wood logs. We've got some hydrogen we can give him. That's a little more dense. And we've got some leftover coal ore. Let's get that out of our inventory. And how about this last stack of logs here? All right, he's fully charged. So let's see. Yeah, I was thinking about the foundations. The reason I got distracted on that is maybe we would want to build some foundations over this water and bridge our two matrices productions. So here is our electromagnetic matrices production. We could clean this up a bit. It's a little sloppy right now. But basically, we want to take electromagnetic matrices from here and the energy matrices from where we just got done setting up production, and send them both into a research lab array of some sort. So here would be nice. I guess we could do it. Yeah, we've got a lot of water here. It's kind of a little bit of an annoyance, to tell you the truth. We do have some space here. We've got a oil well here that's going to require a pump and probably another refiner. Now I'm just kind of looking for some space, a nice open space. And I am zoomed out as far as I can, and I kind of wish I could scroll, or, I wish I could see a little better. There's a ton of space over here. It looks nice, but boy, it's far away from everything. We can stack these up too. Let's just see. What about... Maybe even just here. We can stack those labs up pretty high. I don't know how many we'll end up with. Let's look this other way real quick too. We've also got this area, which isn't bad. This all looks kind of nice. I cleared out some of these trees. This isn't bad. Why don't we do something along here? Again, I'm thinking an array of research labs that we can feed all of our different matrices to. Right now, we've just got the two, the electromagnetic matrices and the energy matrices, but soon we will have many more, I believe. So let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and clear out some of these trees. We'll do a quick jump cut, and I will be right back. All right, we are back. We've cleared out the area. Let's go ahead and see what we've got in inventory. If we've got any of those foundations, we do. We could try to place one of those. Let's just try that as well. Let's just try one of those and see what that's all about. Not sure where they are. There they are. Environment modification. So we've got foundation. What is this? Veins restore. In this mode, laying foundation can restore the buried veins. There can be no buildings in the restoration point. Otherwise, the function will be invalid. Click to switch to the veins bury mode. Okay, laying a foundation can restore the buried veins. Not sure what that is. Lay foundation. Maybe if you put a foundation over a vein of ore or something. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, lay foundation and decoration. Laying the foundation, decoration, and flatten the surface to 0 altitude. Or lay the foundation with no decoration. Flatten the surface to 0 altitude. Soil pile shows the amount of soil pile when laying the foundation or constructing buildings. If the surface is flattened to 0 altitude, will get or consume soil pile. So this is showing soil pile 71.7K. I have no idea. I'm just going to click this surface formation mode.
Foundation, a terrain leveling tool. Yet we cannot use it to change the planetary landforms at will. We can only level the surface to ground zero. If the foundation is used for high grounds, it will gain soil pile. On the contrary, if it is used on the ocean or low-lying areas, it must consume soil pile. When installing the foundation, either choose a kind of decoration or without decoration, even only surface leveling.
Okay, a little choppy. That's a little choppy, but from what I gather, it's saying if you place this foundation on a high altitude, higher than sea level, we'll call it, then you're going to gain soil pile. It's going to chew up some dirt, and that tile is going to get placed at effectively sea level. Now, if you place it over the sea, it needs to use that soil pile to fill up underneath it, so it can basically place that foundation on a solid surface. So here you can see we're over the water, and it's saying it will consume 2708 soil pile. If I do over the land, it says we will get 1,806 soil pile. So let's just see if we can, let's just see what happens if we try and create a little work area over here. Now the size is changing on me, which is kind of strange. Oof. Okay, lack of items.
Insufficient required items. You can click the replicator button at the bottom right of the screen to open the panel and manually replicate these items.
Okay. So we've got ourselves a tiny little bit, a tiny little bit of a surface level 0, or what I'm going to call sea level platform. That would make the factory look a lot nicer, I think, or at least a lot more standardized if that's what you care about. That's kind of maybe one style, is having everything on a perfectly flat surface. I kind of like that idea. We've got a bunch of stuff kind of scattered. The existing factory is, it's a little bit of spaghetti. Maybe that's an understatement. So it's not fully optimized, but maybe now is the time to think about how can we clean things up and make things look quite a bit better. Now let's look again at what the recipe was for those foundations. We need steel and we need stone. Why don't we set up production of that? That I think we should do. I think we should start producing foundations. And I think we have an assembly building here that we can use to do that for us. First, so we got a few things to do, and we're coming up on the end of the episode. First, I can see here in the top left, I'm short on electric motors. So I'm going to make my way to our iron mine. And I'm just going to steal some more iron and get those produced. Let's do that. Back to the electric motors. I think, what do we need? 12 more. There's 10. There's 12. Okay, that's going to complete that research for us. Now, again, I have no idea what's going on here. Why this is currently held up. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on there. Let's look and see. This only requires the 60 electric motors. What is this 129 thing doing here? Manual research. Use inventory item. 129. We've got tons of those in our inventory. Right? We've got plenty. Let's see if the lab gives us any hints as to what this 129 is. Is it? Oh, maybe it wants the. No, he's got plenty. I'll drag some more in here into our research labs. That is fully stocked up. And it's just waiting to kick off research until we clear these 10 electric motors. We'll just have to keep an eye on this 129. I'm not sure what that is. Really don't know. I don't know if that's the amount sitting in other research labs or something. Who knows? All right. So yeah, let's next episode. We got a couple things competing for our time here. So one is saying, hey, we want to do a nice clean array. Oops, here we go. Getting interrupted here. Okay, we've got our +1 meter per second mecha move speed improvement. That's great. Let's see if we can notice it. Yeah, it's a little bit faster. It's not sweeping me off my feet, but it's a little quicker. Okay, and here we are researching. I'm just looking at that 129 to see if anything changes. I don't. Yeah, I don't see anything changing. So back to my thought. We have two things competing for our attention. One is do we want to build a nice flat platform for our further factory expansion? So are we going to say, hey, we want to build on platforms from now on, and we want this to be nice, clean, level. And maybe the first thing we build is that matrix of research labs, and we will go pipe in our different matrices into that array of research labs. Or do we not care about the foundation, and let's just set it up so that our electromagnetic matrices get routed over to our single research lab that we have set up now, so that the research can kind of take place automatically and we don't have to have a bunch of these cubes sitting in our inventory all the time. So I'm going to give that some thought between episodes. For now, I'm going to sign off on this one and just say thanks so much for watching. We'll pick it up in the next episode. But for now, this is Glidercat signing off, saying I will see you in the next one.